I never really liked the whole music scene. Like at family functions when they have karaoke sessions, I just walk out, I just run off.
I had this thing like in my head, like when you like I didn't wanna boast or show off.
I was one of the people that sang badly according to him in because if I was one of the kids that my parents would be like, sing for the rest of the people.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of GEPic Journeys. My name is Rishika, and today we are going to dive deep into understanding what it really takes to make it as a musician in the music industry. You know, don't we all just have a passion that we actually want to make a career out of? Well, today I've got 3 talented musicians with me who did just that. So before I dive into the first segment of the podcast, I'm going to give a bit of an introduction to you guys. So the first guest we have today is actually a multi-talented powerhouse, you know. She's not just an amazing artist, but she also has a very successful corporate life. And to add to that list, she's a new mom too. Hi, Shevanti. I hope I got your name right.
Yes, that's
I'm
right.
just going to call you Shivi from now on. So I know music is nothing new for you. It's practically in your DNA. But can you tell me what it's been like growing up around music and how you knew that this was something you want to do?
So basically, it's I came from a musical background from my family, and later on with friends and a lot of people who had to influence me throughout life, you know, help me be at this place. Probably I'll, you know, maybe talk about it more, but yeah, so I'm actually a corporate woman and also a mother.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm kind of balancing that throughout my life, yeah.
Cool. We'll get to know more about you
Yes.
as we progress. And the next guest we have on is actually a no stranger to the music scene. He actually started off his music career in his own home with his 3 brothers. Hi, Shavi. So glad to have you here. Actually, he's Shavindra, but we're going to call him Shavi.
You're going to get confused with the Shavi and Shivi.
Shivi and Shavi. Just correct me if I go wrong. But can you tell me a little bit about what you do and what sort of journey you've been on so far?
From the start, of course, we've been playing pretty much a lot of free gigs.
Yeah.
And then we started into, you know, making it a professional career. And then I got into managing bands. And you know, that's my journey so far, and I think the future is going to be getting into managing like hotels and that kind of stuff. That'll be the future.
Interesting. Cool. And finally, we have Viroshan with us, also known as Viro. So he's not just a very talented artist in the sense of music, but he's secretly also a number-loving lecturer. He has managed to combine the 2 passions of his life into creating a fulfilling career for himself. So hi Viro, so glad to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Can you tell me how you managed to sort of combine 2 seemingly opposite careers together and how it's been so far for you?
Well, although they are actually opposites, they actually like work well together. That's why I find it easy in the sense because of the flexibility that I have on my lecturing schedules that I can move stuff around. Because if I was doing a corporate job like Shivi, it might have been tough. I don't know how she does it. She'll dive into that. But it's tough when you have a day job and then you have to get back. But here, since I can move my lectures around and stuff, it's kind of okay. So it works well together, although they are kind of opposites. Yeah, 2 different personalities.
Yeah, but best of both worlds.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys. So now that we know a little bit about each other, let's get into the first segment of the podcast. Here, we are actually going to go to the very beginning, or in like musical terms, striking the first chord. So the first question actually I have is for you, Shivi. Can you tell me, like, when you first started putting yourself out there as a musician, how did you start gaining your follower base? And any tips on how someone new can do that?
Yeah, well, actually, it's a bit of a funny kind of story because I actually started out with my, I used to sing like even at school and stuff, but then I was not kind of recognized at that level because I was a very actually shy girl because I didn't have the confidence to do that. So actually I started singing with my best friend Dulaj. So we were just, doing like basically not even covers. We were just doing video snippets and then just uploading funny, just, singing videos like me with a comb and all of that, trying to imitate like a mic. That was like our dream. and somehow through that the videos and all of that, and then he introducing me to these guys, which influenced also me to like go ahead, upload more like professional covers on social media as well. I think like it's not like covers like as such like like major views. It didn't even like hit like a large number. It was just like home like recording. You can just go see the videos. It's so ugly. It was just like
Maybe
just,
we should queue in one of those.
yeah, the salon, and it was like an ugly mattress also behind, like but people liked it, like that thing that where we could also relate like the ourselves to them, and like we were more like middle class as well, so a majority of people could relate us to them, and that's how like people who are around us also wanted to follow us, and through that we also got I got gigs, and that's how the journey started.
So would you say like the key to it is like being authentic, just being your
just
authentic
being
self?
authentic. Like we didn't even think like that people would even, I didn't even know that people would have like, I would have a demand for my voice or such like that. I know like my mom and my aunt was like she's an amazing singer and all of that, because that's what moms and family does, right? They're like, oh, you can sing, and they try to like put you there. But until like people told me like no, it's not normal, like you are not ordinary, I had to like put it out that way. So yeah, that's how the whole journey began. So just stay just natural, humble, and it automatically things will take you there. So we were living in our present. We didn't basically think or invest like a lot on the future. We lived in our present, and we enjoyed the moment, and we enjoyed ourselves, and that's how like the journey took us so
Being
far.
authentic and having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Living in the present, basically.
That I agree with that actually. So actually wanted to extend the same question to you, Viro, but like tweak it a little bit in the sense like, do you remember the first time you guys put yourself out there, and what was that experience like, and how has it shaped you guys as a band?
Our first gig, I will chip in, I think, if I miss certain details. Well, our first gig actually, like I think in his introduction he said that we played a lot of free gigs as in like you can't blame the promoters or the organizers because it wasn't like the crowds were not as
we
much.
brought nobody for those gigs, so
there was no people.
We just turned
there.
up.
It was probably the bands watching the other bands. The crowd was the other bands performing, and then we perform, and they get on stage, and then we watch them. Those kind of gigs, which is nice for a start. It's really helpful for a start. And then we played a few of those gigs, and then for our luck, we were playing downstairs at a pub, and then upstairs there was another band that was playing like an acoustic gig. Actually, nightclub. Yeah, nightclub. And then we were playing a concert, and upstairs was a nightclub. And then we walked upstairs, and they had just finished. The guitar was lying around. So I took the guitar and I played a song, and I sang. And we just sang because it was just lying there. Everyone had gone. The pub was just empty.
And mind you, when you start, every time you get an opportunity, you want to sing.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's
opposite,
like if I see a guitar, you walk the other way around. You're like, I don't want to get you
away from that.
Yes, I know. Somebody put it right next to me.
So then we just took the guitar, played, and then again luck. So luck plays a bit of a role there as well. So that the musicians there, they were
Sherry and Jermaine.
Sherry and Jermaine, very nice guys, because very helpful, very rare to find people like that. They saw us, they thought that we had potential. They got us in touch with their manager, who was Derek Vikramanayaka, and that's the start. And then our first gig, so that's what the start is in like professional then. And I think the major thing there is we were fearless in one way, where when the opportunity came, we just grabbed it. In the sense we played only one song there, and then all of a sudden Derek called us one night and says, "You got to play a full gig, 3-hour, 4-hour gig at a pub." I think CRNFC pub. It's like, we want you to play that, and we were like, we didn't have a song list. We played like 5 songs for a concert, and then we were like, yeah, fearless in the sense like we took the opportunity. So grabbing the opportunity was like a big thing for us, and then we grabbed it. Just went there, haphazardly just went through some songs on the way. Had a book full of songs, and I had a guitar that couldn't even be plugged in. We had to hold a mic onto the guitar. So that's the start. So your start is kind of, it's a tough start, but that shapes you exactly. So it shapes you in the sense it made us understand that this is like, it comes from when you start that from
humble beginnings,
you
learn to
appreciate what you have right now, and you're more committed to your craft, because you know how hard it was to achieve whatever you have achieved. So we started that way with guitars that can't be plugged in, with songs, no tabs, just lyrics on like papers, and then started playing pubs. And anytime our manager called, we just grabbed the opportunities. That's how we wanted to get into it, like in a big way, and then that set the ball rolling.
So like the key takeaway is just to grab the opportunity. Don't let it go, that opportunity.
Exactly. Don't be scared of any opportunities. Any opportunity comes your way, just grab it, because that can lead to something. If you're scared of it, you don't.
That's something that all of us sometimes struggle with. Just like we see the opportunity and we're just like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready. I need more time. I think I need to build up this. You wait for things to happen and then get, but you miss the
It's
opportunity.
now or never.
Yes, take it and it comes.
Really good mentality from now on ever. Okay, so the final question I have for you guys for the first segment is actually for all of you, but I'll start with Shavi. Is that how did you first realize that you had an ear for music, and you're a vocalist, you play the guitar? How did you first discover that, and how have you harnessed it over time?
Okay, so the way it started was funny because I never really liked the whole music scene. Like at family functions, when they have karaoke sessions, I just walk out, I just run off. That's how I've been. Like I probably because they were all bad singers. And, and I'm gonna have some family problems. No, but I used to bolt out of there as soon as I hear the karaoke coming on. I'm like, I'm in the room. I don't want to be a part of it. But then I was in school. We had this thing called astronomy night where we had the school boys were like kind of making a band and they were putting it together. And I walked into the classroom and then this guy was singing. I'm not gonna mention names because it's one of my closest friends. They were singing it wrong. They were singing My Sacrifice by Creed. And I walked in and I said, it's wrong. And then they were like, okay, Machan, then why don't you sing it? And she was like, they were being sarcastic when you think of it. They were like, how, that kind of thing. So I sang it. And when I sang it, the rest of the guys playing the instrument, they're like, Machan, why don't you sing it in the night? And then I was also nervous. That's the first time I've ever sung, not even in the shower. That's the first time I've ever sung. It was weird that it happened that way. And then I went home and found out like the Pope also had passed away at the time, and my parents are like, no going anywhere, it's a day of mourning, all that. And I was like, what? Now I've already promised these guys, I'm going to perform with them. And then, somehow I convinced my father. I had that knack of convincing people. So he says no to everybody else. I'll sit there and keep asking him permission, and then eventually he gives up. It's like, okay, go. Yeah. So that's the kind of that like grabbing the opportunity, same kind of thing. It's don't give up. So I somehow kept pestering him to let me go for that, and then I went and I sang from there onwards. From a person that never really sang to now being a professional at what I do.
So basically for me it was like I said, so I knew that I was brought up in a musical background because my mom and my aunts, everybody else, they were playing the guitar and singing, like all the women in my mom's family. So I was a part of it, but then I was never out there. It was just family functions that I was being recognized and given the opportunity, because I was really shy, because I had this thing like in my head, like when you like I didn't want to boast or show off, like no, I can sing, like go for competitions in school and be like I want to apply, because I had that like it was like a bit cringe for me, like to do it, like to go apply and say like because I can sing, I'm applying for this competition. So I never have even joined like a singing competition in school. But then later on, like how my talent was also recognized, also it was one of my choir directors, who is not there right now because he's actually the main reason that I came out of school singing, late Mr. Mahen Pires. Actually, I'm really grateful for him. So, while I was singing, and he just came close to me because he was listening to all and he wanted all the kids to have an opportunity. So he came and he was like, okay, you really can sing, you are, like I said, not ordinary, you just come out and do this solo. And then from there onwards, I used to get like that, but that was when I was just about to leave school. But then I was so happy, and then everybody in school knew like, okay, this girl can sing. And I think I'm really happy at the place I am, because from there I continued being in the choir. I'm still a part of the choir called Asteria. It's one of the private choirs that has been done by late Mr. Mahen's wife. and choir, from being a choir girl to coming into the music industry, singing with these guys. My first official band was actually Adam and Eve's, created by God himself.
Thank you. I
Shavindra.
like the compliment. Put our
Shavindra.
fingers on this.
So basically, basically it was another MAS colleague who was was the other Eve, where I was like, okay, who is this girl, And but we became so close, like family, like now she's like my sister, like that bond is there. So like, and when we were even having this whole business going, it was like a business. We never felt it was like business. We always tried to, like like most of the people would be like, okay, no, this is my song, I'm not gonna let you sing, but sometimes we even used to share songs, it was that, no, today you sing that, no, I'll sing this part, you sound really good in this. It was like that. So that bond was there, and then I really appreciate that. And today, even like when I go anywhere, like it helps me, like not to like be so what do you say, obsessed about yourself, and but you have to share and support other people. So I think we were brought up also that way towards even Viroshan. We used to have fun, joke around, like it was more like family. So always like whatever, even like the business that we did, it was not like business, it was actually like family. So that was the best part of having that whole, starting my journey, and having good people to be influenced around, like good genuine people to be influenced
So
around.
it was like your lifestyle pretty much, but like.
Stop it. No, true.
Yeah, she's the very person saying she doesn't want to be cringy and
Slightly cringy sometimes.
So, Viro, like same question for you.
Well, I started off as in like, I was one of the people that sang badly according to him. Because I was one of the kids that my parents used to be like, sing for the rest of the people. So
he sings. That's how
when
it
I was about
started.
6 years old, 7 years old, karaoke starts, all the uncles and aunties, my parents all sing. Every party had karaoke at our house. And so then I'm the only one that sings from all the small, from the kids. So I'm about 6 or 7 years old, and I'm with the mic there, and I used to sing 25 minutes by Michael Learns to Rock. That's my song, only song I know. I sing that song and everyone like cheers. I don't think I sing it well, but only person singing from all the kids. So that was my start. So I was not a good singer. I still don't consider myself that good anyway. But I started that way, and then he was getting into the music scene more seriously. He had the bands in school. I didn't have any band in school. I was just a nerd in school, focused on my studies. I was acing my exams, and so he was into the music scene. So he was playing the band scene and the cool kid, and I was focused. But right after I left school, then my elder brother also was into music. He was playing drums at home and stuff. Cardboard drum at the start, but he got a proper drum kit. But at the start,
But actually, he played in cardboard
yeah, when
boxes.
he started, he was having like cardboard boxes and he was playing. Then he was playing, got a drum kit and he was playing. He was a singer and guitarist. I had no job in the band. My dad was like, only way you're going to get into the band is if you pick up a bass. Okay, so my dad was like, why don't you start learning bass guitar? Otherwise you're not going to have a spot in the band, in the family band.
Oh my God.
Family band. So only way I got
You
a
have
job
no
was, I was like,
choice.
okay, I'll learn bass. And I learned bass, and then when he used to sing, only when he's tired, I sing like 1 or 2 songs at a gig or something. That was the arrangement. So that's how I started. So I started off like a super sub, like a substitute musician coming in just when. But then that helped me, because then when I was studying and stuff, it was like a nice balance for me also, like to play gigs and then study. It paid for some of my education, so it worked out well at the start. But that's how I started at least.
Quite interesting stories you guys got.
But we were never in the focus of like, it was not like a earning for us then. It was like, like Viroshan and Shavi said, I was even happy to go and sing free.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay if there's an opportunity, I would love to go and do that, be there, and then would love to have that appreciation coming. And I was, awed by the fact that, people really enjoyed our music and they were having fun. So that's the moment that we wanted to create then.
Purely passion driven.
Exactly, purely passion driven.
That's great, actually. I think that's something that we all miss out, the heart of what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so glad you guys shared that. So that brings us to the end of the first segment. We'll be back after a short break.
If you enjoyed that video, make sure to like and subscribe to the GEP YouTube channel. And we also have a bunch of very interesting practical short courses which are related to the episodes from the podcast. So stay tuned.